recording. Hopefully, it will be perfect. Yeah. So, we were talking about OSINT. The topic is on OSINT. OSINT का full form, OSINT's full form, Open Source Intelligence. Now, what is open source intelligence? First, whenever this open source comes into mind, there are few things. Open source means something which is publicly available. So you can mention that it is publicly available. And the next thing which you are going to get it is it's free. You don't have to pay anything for this information. This is completely online available. It is not hidden. It is not something which is not indexed. And you can definitely grab this information whenever you are simply, you say it like, okay, I'm Googling some stuff. You can Google it, you can Bing it, or you can say, you can do this Yahoo search, whatever search engines, whatever I am writing here, these are all your search engines. Okay, so be it Google, Bing, Yahoo, and I can also add some other words like Yandex, etc. These are all search engines which you can have a look whenever you have some queries. You can just go to your search engine and you can get your answers. So when I talk about open source intelligence, you will be practically doing some Google searches, but there is more to it. Whenever we talk about open source intelligence, where does this thing stands? Actually, when I talk about OSINT, it is actually a part of information gathering. Why do we do it? Why do we have to gather some information? Anyone? I guess there's this option for unmuting, so I guess you can unmute and speak. Why do we have to gather some information? There is a very fundamental phase whenever we are hacking. You would have heard about hacking methodology. Why do we need information gathering?
To know about the target, man, like the working
Exactly.
procedure.
Okay, I can see some good words. Footprinting to know about the target. Okay, another very quick
Mo-
question. Who all have seen Mission Impossible or Doom 3 or some any other random movie? Okay, Jay has seen Mission Impossible. Please raise your hands who would have seen Mission Impossible. One, two, three, whatever. Okay, many people have seen. Guys, please don't bother me about this attendance thing. I'm doing it for the first and last time. Okay, yeah. So, I see many people have seen Mission Impossible. What is the fundamental thing? Why am I bringing Mission Impossible? Because whenever Tom Cruise is about to get into a building, maybe to get some secrets or do some stuff, he would always do this planning phase. He would go to the building either physically or he or she would call, yeah, for the ultimate surveillance. Good word, Yash, for the surveillance, or you can also call it that whenever he would be entering the building, he would also grab the blueprints of that building. Is there any secret panel? Is there any extra exit or entry point which is perhaps hidden or being constructed or whatever the thing is? So, point is, whenever you talk about attacking a target, whenever you're targeting someone, it is fundamental that you should know about that person or that set. Now, when I'm talking about, there are very good words in the chat: reconnaissance, ultimate surveillance. My screen is visible to everyone, so you can also see that there are many active participants who are giving the right answers. So, what I can do is I can just list everything down. I can call it recon or the complete word reconnaissance. You can also call it footprinting. You can also call it enumeration at some point. You can also call it, there are many words. So let's just stop it for right now. Like, let's just stop here for a while. And when I'm talking about information gathering, why we are doing it, let me list that down as well. We are finding the information. All we are trying to do is we are trying to know about the target. Okay. Now, what is this target gonna be? This target can be a person. You can target Lei Joshi. You can target anyone senior of your organization. You can practically hack that person, or you can target someone for a phishing attack, right? Phishing, phishing attack. Okay, I ruined the spelling. Sorry for that. Phishing, phishing. Phishing attack. You can do it. If you're not targeting the person, maybe you can target a company, okay? And when you talk about a company, now company is huge. Just give me a second, guys. क्यूटी डिलीवरी आ गई। आ रही हो सर? हाँ आ रही हो सर, आ रही हूँ आ रही हूँ। Yeah. Pradeep, are you saying something? I could see that your icon was visible, like it was blinking. Guys, please also lower your hands. Okay, we'll bring it for yourself. Thank you. All right. So when we are talking about company, there can be several things. Let me coin a word that is asset. Now, what can come under asset? It can be your website, your web application, your infrastructure. You can come on. An attacker can bomb the physical building. Yeah. So infrastructure. Let me just call it infra. If the company is having an Android application, you can also attack the Android application or the iOS application if it is available. You can also attack maybe some sort of IoT device if that particular company is into a production based company. Maybe just imagine a company who is selling routers or some IoT devices like Fitbits or some digital appliances or maybe smart lamps, etc., etc. Then the IoT applications are would also come into the asset of that company. So these are just examples on what you can attack. ये सारे वो कुछ एग्जांपल्स हैं जहाँ पर आप अटैक कर सकते हो, ठीक है? अब इन सब भी आप किसी भी असेट को या किसी इंसान को अटैक करोगे, आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदर करनी पड़ेगी एंड दैट इज समथिंग जहाँ सब कुछ देख दाख के पूरा अच्छे से सिनेरियो का एनालिसिस करके फिर आप अटैक करते हो। अब यहाँ पर इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग की जब मैं बात करूँ, यू कैन हैव टू possible ways how you are going to do the information gathering. When I'm talking about the phases or the categories or the types, one is your active and the another one is your passive. एक आपकी एक्टिव इंफॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग हो जाएगी और एक आपकी पैसिव एक्टिव इंफॉर्मेशन सॉरी एक्टिव इंफॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग हो जाएगी और एक आपकी पैसिव इंफॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग हो जाएगी। एक्टिव के अंदर यू विल बी एंगेजिंग विद द टारगेट, ओके? और जब मैं बोल रही हूँ एंगेजिंग, दिस विल बी योर डायरेक्ट engagement, or I can say directly engaging. When it's about passive, you won't be engaging with the target directly. आप डायरेक्टली अपने टारगेट से एंगेज नहीं करोगे, आप इनडायरेक्टली उस टारगेट की इंफॉर्मेशन निकालोगे। अब थोड़ा सा इसको और ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं। डायरेक्टली कब, इनडायरेक्टली कब? डायरेक्टली डायरेक्टली जब आप फिजिकल विजिट कर लो उस कंपनी को, या फिर आप अगर कंपनी की बात करो तो फिजिकल विजिट हो गया। अगर आप किसी पर्सन से बात कर रहे हो तो आप उससे डायरेक्टली लाइक उस इंसान से ही मिल लो जाकर के, यू कैन शेक हैंड्स, यू कैन डू वॉट एवर फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन विच यू वांट टू। तो ये तो हो जाएगा एक्टिव इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदरिंग। डायरेक्टली आप अटैक, जो आपका विक्टिम है उसी से ही आप इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदर करना चाह रहे हो, उससे उसी के बारे में पूछ रहे हो, दैट इज एक्टिव। व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट पैसिव, एवरीथिंग इज इनडायरेक्टली। आप डायरेक्टली उस इंसान से ना मिल करके मे बी यू विल ट्राई टू चेक आउट देयर सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स, or you can go ahead and check for the person's website. If that person is a developer, you can obviously check his github account, github.io. I've done it. Apart from this, you can also look for LinkedIn, though LinkedIn is under social media only, but let me write LinkedIn here as well, because LinkedIn has become such a platform which will have 99.99% pure and correct information. Nowadays you would have also observed LinkedIn के ऊपर गवर्नमेंट का प्रूफ का एक और वेरिफिकेशन बैज आता है. There is also this verification badge on LinkedIn these days. So LinkedIn can be the most trustworthy platform for you for getting any information. Okay. So LinkedIn I have written separately as well. Apart from this, what can there be other sources? अगर मैं पैसिवली बात करूँ तो ये तो किसी इंसान के बारे में अगर मुझे जानना है तो ये कुछ ऑप्शंस हो गए। पैसिव के अंदर और भी आपके पास चीज़ें आ जाएँगी, कुछ टूल्स आ जाएँगे और टूल्स में हम जब जाएँगे, टूल्स की जब मैं बात करूंगी, you can indirectly check for the companies who is records who is records. You can check for shodan.io. अभी जो ये पहली बार देख रहे हैं, who all who are watching these terms, are listening these terms for the first time, just sit back. This is not like, what do we call it? This is not a school lecture or something like that. I'll be explaining every term which I have written on the screen, right? So just sit back. Everything I'll come back and forth. You will be able to understand these terms. Just pay attention, okay? And if you think that the flow of session is going very fast, I'll slow it down. Just comment that, okay? So this was about active and passive. And yes, of course, if you are not happy with the text-based note padding, I have also given these diagrams. So you can also have a look at this one. Let me grab my laser pen. I was talking about information gathering, and these are the alternatives which you can see here. Footprinting, OSINT, that is open source intelligence, reconnaissance, you can also see. And I've written this AKA because they are all, information gathering is also known as these terms. Information gathering can, sorry, sorry, someone was saying something. Is keystroke logger active or passive? Let me put these questions towards the end of the session, or else when I'm talking about a keystroke logger, it is a separate discussion and it's really interesting. So let's just put these questions towards the end. I'm happy that you are interested in putting such questions. Thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, where were we? Yeah. So, information gathering, one is your active, one is your passive. Active, direct engagement with the target. Passive, no direct engagement. You will be working at a distance. And now, since the topic is OSINT, let me jump back to the point of OSINT, the open source intelligence. Let me divide it into two phases. When I'm talking about open source, this is completely free and publicly available. And this information, I have given you some name of search engines like Google, Bing, something like that. These search engines are what you call as surface net or the white net, the plain net, the clear net. All these are synonyms. But when I'm talking about these synonyms, these are actually this thing, your surface net that rounds about 4%. And then you have your deep web and dark web, the typical terminologies which is, many budding hackers or cybersecurity engineers love to hear that. Okay, I am surfing something on dark web. Let me tell you, dark web sometimes literally creeps people out because you can have the posters that you can sell souls on dark web. आप आत्माएं भी बेच सकते हो dark web में. It's a common notion. But all these things are free to watch. But if you are engaging with these things, there is no guarantee that you would be safe. Let's just limit it to that. Let me give you some more in-depth knowledge about these things because I've written everything. Let's just quickly know all these terms. So when I'm talking about surface net, there will be google.com, Bing, Yahoo, Wikipedia, and of course the favorite term, end of thinking capacity, etc. All right. I hope you would have seen this meme of Ranchor Das, but if not, fine, no issues. Let's just focus. Deep web and dark web. And when I'm talking about deep web, it is about 75 to 80%. Totally, they will combine and they will be of 96%. Deep web is the, having the major proportion. What is deep web? When we are studying about OSINT, it is mandatory that you should have a clear notion what is your surface net, what is your deep web, and what is your dark web. Of course, if you are surfing through dark web, that again comes under open source intelligence. But people are scared, especially when they are just when they are just starting off as a beginner in cybersecurity. So it is completely understandable. But It's not something which you can totally leave, just, you can just leave it. It's not even that. So now coming to the point, what is in deep web? Any content that is present on internet, but it is not indexed. And now this is a funny example of indexing. Who all know what is indexing? Website indexing.
Yes, ma'am. Store data about data.
Sorry, could you just repeat it again?
Yes, ma'am. In indexing, we store data about data, metadata.
Mm, no, that is metadata. Metadata. Okay, now he has given what do we call it? He has given a terminology. Metadata. Metadata is something data about data. If I'm having a photograph, photograph is a part of information. Photograph is an information. And if I'm having some information about that photograph, like what was the name of the camera, what was the pixel size, pixel rate, what are the dimensions, what are the location, if I can ask, all these things are giving me some information about that photograph. So this information will be called metadata. And if I'm talking about the photos, this metadata will be called EXIF, or exchangeable image format data, something like that. But again, terminologies, let's shift it towards the end of the session. Let's just discuss the common things. I was talking about search engines, and I was talking about indexing. What do we understand by the term indexing? Anyone? स्कूल सब गए हैं, स्कूल में बुक सबने पढ़ी हैं, और बुक्स में हमेशा एक आगे एक बहुत बड़ा सा पन्ना होता था, दैट वाज एन इंडेक्स. You all have seen books, right? And in every book, even the novels, they have this index. What is that? Can anyone explain it?
It could
Yeah.
be the
Ma'am,
context.
Okay. Let's just raise hands, and I'll allow one of you to speak. Priyanka, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, it's like a gist or overview which we have the contents in it.
Okay, great. And I hope I'm
Ma'am,
pronouncing your name
in
correctly.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, in web, they have keywords and everything specific so that when we search, especially
Mm-hmm.
in dark webs and all, it's always based on the keywords. So if the keyword matches, then the web pages will reflect that particular.
Hmm. Everything was good. Just one point. In dark web, you're not having the indexing thing. You would have to look for specific websites if you want to. When I'm talking about indexing,
In the
yeah,
dark web, the search engines.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. I see one of you has switched on the camera. Thank you. I don't feel left out. Thank you so much. जो भी video on कर रहा था, thank you. Jay, please go ahead. I see your hand is also raised.
Yeah, according to me, it would be like basically arranging all the things in a sequential format.
Jay, I'm so sorry, but your voice is very low. It's I cannot hear you properly.
Okay, how about now?
Guys, can anyone else also hear Jay's voice? I can understand that
No.
he's speaking something, but it's not
No,
clearly
ma'am.
audible.
Yeah, we could have. Hello.
Yeah, now it's clearly audible. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, sorry for the voice issue. I was saying that it would be like basically arranging the things in a sequential format,
Mm-hmm.
where,
Correct.
like you said, in every book there's an index where we can find things easily. So
Hmm.
that would be like indexing means finding something easily.
Yeah, perfect. Nice. Everything nice and concise. Yeah, I can see Sadik. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He has also raised his hand. Would you like to add something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
please go ahead.
So I was saying maybe if I'm wrong, but let me see if I'm
Yeah,
right or not.
please go ahead. Yeah.
So I was saying it's like maybe ranking the pages based on somebody said that based on keywords. So it's like ranking the pages based on keywords, like
Mm,
indexing or ranking. If somebody has written about parrot and have given a good detail about parrot, so maybe that page could be ranked up, or it index could be much higher than the other websites, something
mm.
related to kind of SEO thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was coming to that point. See, now let me give you this entire. Okay. So Sadik, what was Sadik saying? He was relating to the term called SEO, that is search engine optimization. But let's first break down this term indexing. Now again, my camera will be off and I'll be sharing my screen, and let me write each and every step what happens, because indexing is not something which humans are doing. When we are talking about indexing, it is actually your in crawlers. When we are talking about indexing, it's your crawlers, your Google bot or Bing bot. And what are these crawlers? These are just some robots. You can just call it that it is an automated script. What it this automated script will do, whenever a person is building a website, a crawler will be there. Okay, two things will be done. I have created a website, I have hosted the website. After hosting the website, there will be a particular crawler of whatever search engine XYZ. This crawler will take my website, will scan all the things what my website is having. If I'm having a website of, let's say, cakes and pastries, so it will click out the keywords. Okay, so there will be a chocolate cake, a death by chocolate cake, a pineapple pastry, a pineapple cake, something like that. So those keywords will be taken out and then they will be arranged accordingly. There will also be a separate listing. For an example, if there is a category of cakes, then all the cakes will be under the cakes category. If there are pastries, then yeah, everything will be under the pastries category. And all these categories, the listing and the indexing will be. The meeting will end in 15 minutes. I don't know, I just got a pop-up that this meeting is just for 15 minutes more. Okay, let's come back to the point. So the categories will be there, and all these categories are made by what? A crawler. Okay. Now these categories will be arranged by the search engine, and whenever you are going to, let's say, google.com or bing.com, you will search for a keyword, let's say death by chocolate cake, and then these indexes, the websites will be popping up based on that keyword you searched. Now coming to the point where Sadik said the ranking. Actually, the ranking depends upon your website's popularity or your website's, let's say, good points. Each and every website is given some points. They have their reputation. So which website will be on the first page and on the first level, on the second and the third, this all will be decided by the search engine optimization. And this search engine optimization is a complete whole new area where the digital marketing experts, they take charge of their company's branding and everything. So I think I've made a couple of points clear. Let me just jot everything down what I have said. And yeah, so we were discussing about, sorry for this. Yeah, we were talking about, okay, search engines done. And before search engines, we can talk about this crawler. And these crawlers are nothing but your bots. Okay, and these bots can be called your like Google bot for Google search engine, Bing bot for Bing search engine, and etc. Okay, so these are your crawlers. And this process is also called one thing. Let me write it down. Crawling, or you can also call it spidering. Spidering. Okay. Now, whatever this crawler will give the output, what it will do, it will check for the keywords and it will arrange everything systematically. And this arranged, you can call it arranged keywords or its list will be fed to your search engine. Okay. And how this crawler is going to check about how this crawler is going to check for your website, there are some files which you must know and you should must check. That is your robots.txt file, your sitemap.xml file. Now let's check. Let's have a quick practical because it is somewhat necessary. Do you have a question? How do you pronounce your name? The person, I think my screen is visible. Vandile. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm not able to pronounce your name correctly, but are you trying to say something? Is web indexing similar to the indexing of files and folders in Windows and Explorer? Kinda, you can have this analogy. But when you are having this indexing of files and folders in Windows Explorer, this is okay, but this is somewhat at your local directory, at your own system. And when I'm talking about the web indexing part, yeah, it is completely global and related to your websites. So the analogy is fine, no issue. It's fine. Could you repeat what you said regarding robots.txt and XML thing? Yeah, perfect. See, I gave you this example that these crawlers, how they are going to check for your website. Okay, these crawlers will, let me write it, crawl your website, right? And will create your indexes, or you can call it arrangement of the keywords. Okay, but how are they going to do it? For that they have these two files, robots.txt and sitemap.xml. Let me break these two down for you. Let's go to a website. Let me go to some website. Let's say hack the box. Okay, now this is something, and let's wait it for. Okay, now it is asking me for login, but wait a minute, and let's search for its robots.txt page, and I'll hit enter. Okay, this redirected, no problem. Let me go ahead and look for some other website. Maybe Woodland will help me. Yeah, I have opened this website. Let's just remove everything else and let's just type robots.txt and see, I have this file. This is robots.txt file. Now analyze this thing. There are few filters like user agent, and there is this asterisk. There is this disallow thing, disallow again, and few things like that. To give you more example, let's go and have some other websites as well. What can we have? We can have, give me some examples of some websites, guys, and any website would you like to check it out? Let's do one thing, grass.com/robots.txt. You can give any website, okay? You can check for any website. If it is having a public robots.txt, you will find a document like this. ऐसा एक document आपको मिल जाएगा. यहाँ grass.com I checked and see. Again, I'm having this file. Any question? Adesh? Is anyone saying Sadik? Any question? Yeah, Netflix. Okay, let's search for Netflix. Netflix.com. Hopefully it won't ask me to log in. And let's go for robots.txt. And see, again, I found this huge robots.txt file. Any questions so far? I think everyone is familiar with what I'm doing. Any questions? I'm about to bring it to you. What is robots.txt? Just let me know अभी मैंने जो किया है वो सबको clear है या नहीं. What I've done, is this clear to everyone? Just check out the domain name, and last में what I have added is robots.txt, robots.txt and robots.txt. Are we all on the same page? Okay, okay. Now, why do some pages
Yes,
and
ma'am.
some does not? I will be covering these two questions. Just give me 2 minutes. First, let's understand what is this robots.txt. This robots.txt will tell you some words like there is one thing called user agent. Okay, there is user agent and then there is this colon. Okay, so point number 1, 2, which you should note is that this colon is something which you can call as a header. Okay, or you can just call it something like this is some entity or some filter or a variable. Just name it, and this is not going to change. Okay, please mute yourself, guys. I hope I should not be lecturing you about these meeting etiquettes. Okay, robots.txt, you will be having this user agent. In this user agent, if you can see something like this asterisk, This asterisk means wildcard, anything. ये asterisk के अंदर मतलब क्या है कि कुछ भी आ सकता है. कुछ भी से मतलब यहाँ पर इन्होंने कोई स्पेसिफाई नहीं किया है कि सिर्फ गूगल बॉट ही उस वेबसाइट को इंडेक्स कर सकता है या नहीं, या सिर्फ बिंग बॉट ही उसे इंडेक्स कर सकता है या नहीं. लेट मी रिपीट इन इंग्लिश एज वेल. ये जो दिस यूजर एजेंट, this is specifying the name of the crawler, the type of the crawler. If it is giving you this asterisk, then it means that it has not specifically specified any specific crawler. Kind of like a tongue twister, but yeah, there's no specification. Any search engine's crawler or a bot can index that website. These robots.txt, these files are specific to the company's website. For an example, as you have seen here, the file which which the file which you are seeing right now, it's of netflix.com. Netflix.com is a company, and this is obviously its website. And this robots.txt is for that crawler. And because it has mentioned this asterisk, the wildcard, it shows that same. You can go, this is my Brave browser. You can go to any other browser. Let me go to the Firefox one. You will have the same website. You will have the same content. There will be no, what do we get? There will be no bias. Okay. Let me go ahead and paste this one, and you will see the same file here. See, there is no bias because right now I just saw it with Firefox. You can also check it with Edge, Microsoft Edge, because Microsoft Edge is using Bing. So let's go ahead and see, same file. So there is no bias in anything related to this search engine. Whichever search engine is there, whatever crawler they are having, it was completely okay for the crawlers to be, say, for the indexing part. Next, you would be watching this allow and disallow thing. See, they have also done this thing. User agent, Google bot video, Apple bot, Baidu spider. By the way, all these words which you are having here, these are all name of the search engines. You can Google it. Let me just take this. I'll just keep it in my notes or something where you can have it, or you can just Google it yourself. Just do it netflix.com/robots.txt. There is Twitter bot as well. There is Yahoo Pipes. These are all the name of user agents. Okay, they have specified as well. And now this is this thing, allow category and the disallow category. What is allowed and disallow? Actually, it is again going to say that, okay, this crawler is crawling my website, but what are the areas? Sorry. Sorry, it's really chilly in Jaipur. Excuse me for that. Yeah, so as I was saying, allow would specify that this path, this is actually nothing but an directory or something. It is allowing everything for these three agents, and then for Facebook, Yahoo Pipe something, or its external Facebook IT, it is disallowing everything because it's a slash. You can also see another example where they have specifically mentioned that this login form will be disallowed. That means this is not going to be indexed on the search engine. So in disallowed category, you will be having the contents which will not be indexed, and in the allowed category, you will be having the content which can be indexed by the crawler. Simple as that. And apart from that, there is this sitemap column, and this will specify. Okay, let me just show you. Just remove this reports.txt and just add sitemap.xml. This is .xml, that means it is an XML file, and it will look something like this. What does this XML file will do and what does it means? So XML file is just like a Google map for your crawler. Sitemap.xml will inform the crawler that, okay, I have this website, this is the website which you are going to crawl, and this website is having these many pages under these many directories, and it will just give the entire map. When I'm talking about Google map, you know, everything will be there. There will be the city and there will be roads and everything. So it will give the entire pathway as well as the name of the assets which are there on the website. For an example, just have a look here. This is the main website, https.grass.com. And then there are other pages. See, there is slash page slash grass solutions private limited. And then you can also see there is a directory called course. There is this directory called course. मुझे कैसे पता लगा? How did I know that this is a directory? Because I can see there are other pages as well in this directory. And because you all are from, I assume that you all are from programming background or something like that, so you would be knowing that a file cannot contain another file, but a directory can have multiple files in it, right? So that is the reason this course is there. And this page, this course is what? A directory, and it is having this file, because there is no further branching. So I can just go ahead and watch this. I can just go ahead and copy this link and see if there is any other further branching here. I've just googled it, and this page will open. This sitemap is nothing but a Google map kind of thing for your bot. The bot can check that, okay, in the course directory, a directory named course, there is this course, then this course, then there's this course, and so on and so forth. Are we clear with these terms like robots.txt and sitemap.xml? Priyanka, do you have any question? Please go ahead.
So actually, when we check with the virus total, I couldn't get the, I mean, for robots.txt, it's showing differently.
Mm,
Differently. Can you check with that site once?
yeah, could you just give that link, or you can share your screen if it is allowed?
1 second.
Mm,
Can I put the screenshot or something? Second.
yeah, if you can put your screenshot. Okay. So I'm not a member of this chat. I
Okay.
cannot.
Okay, I'll just ping you the link so that you can. Chat is disabled.
Yeah, I know that same stuff. Okay, so we can do this thing. Your question, you can WhatsApp me on the group and I'll check it out. Sure.
Yeah.
Will that be good? Okay, great. So we were discussing about robots.txt, sitemap.xml, crawlers. Are we clear on that? Do we need more discussion? Who all are clear, please raise your hand again. Okay, Ramya hai. Okay, Ashutosh, Prerna, and we are all, I think we are almost all on the same page. Those who are not raising the hands, is there any doubt? I'm happy almost 62 participants are again back in this meeting, so I hope you all are enjoying. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I'll make sure this does not get boring at all. Okay? Alright, thank you so much for the healthy response. Now, please lower your hand. Let's move to the next topic. We were discussing about the indexing part, and see, the conversation got so stretched out to that point. But okay, that was acceptable. Now, again, I'll share my screen and we will be talking about deep web. We talked about this indexing, right? So, in deep web, everything which is not being indexed but is there on the internet, that is deep web for you. And how deep web is different from dark web, let's get to that. Okay, guys, now please just lower down your hands so that we can continue. And for the next question, you will be able to raise your hands. Otherwise, I'll think that you guys have some questions like Abhishek, Teja, Sanjeev. Yeah, just lower down your hands if you are not having any question. Okay, perfect. So let's jump right back in where we were discussing about deep web and dark web. So yeah, so the content that is present on internet but it is not indexed, you cannot view it by normal surfing. This is actually your deep web. And when we are talking about dark web, then this dark web is again available on the internet. It can be indexed, but it is intentionally hidden. And why this is intentionally hidden? Yeah, so intentionally hidden It is kept intentionally hidden. Why it is being hidden? Just for the sake of anonymity, privacy. Now listen this carefully, guys. This dark web is not always for the criminals, though the majority of the people who are accessing the dark web are for drugs dealing or the arms dealing or all the illegal stuff. I know the majority of them are criminals, but apart from criminals, the people who are into journalism, the people who are the whistleblowers. Now, by whistleblowers, I mean people who are there for the organization, but they are secretly either trying to, okay, they are just like spies, okay? So they are just working in that organization for the sake of monitoring that organization, that it is not doing some malicious stuff or something like that. So they are also going to use your dark web because there is no tracking, and there is not indexing, there is no crawler, there is no way that your communication can be tracked. And thanks to this onion routing concept, I am sure that you would have seen this onion. Please excuse me for my doodles or the diagrams. I just managed to create these. Okay, so I know it's not a proper onion, but yeah, just think about it just as an onion. Onion will have some layers, right? There is layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and so on. So what this concept, why this onion? Because as you can see in this lower diagram, this is your client and these are all your nodes. And this is actually a public website. For an example, you are going to, let's say you're just browsing Netflix, but you want to do things differently. You want to stream Netflix, but you want to do that with some Tor client, or you want to do something related to the dark web. What you will do basically, you will just go to your Tor browser. Please excuse me for not mentioning Tor here, but whenever we talk about dark web, how you are going to access the dark web? Actually, this dark web can only be accessible by some limited browsers like Tor, I2P, and I have also mentioned these for you. These are the alternatives. The main one is Tor because Tor is in like it's on everyone's tongue. Like whenever you're talking about dark web, it is Tor. But it's not the scenario. And instead of Tor, you can have I2P, that is Invisible Internet Project. You can have Freenet, you can have Tails, you can have Subgraph OS. These are all your alternatives with through which you can access the dark web. But again, I'm coming back to the Tor client because it is quite famous. Now, if you want to stream Netflix through this Tor browser, what is going to happen? This onion routing, I'm trying to explain it. You are the client, you are watching this Netflix, and this is your Netflix server. This one is your Netflix server. Okay. You will be sending the request that, okay, please give me this page of Netflix. This will get into this relay. There will be this system. This is node 1, then there is node 2, then there is node 3. There are number of systems. You can also call these like they are just relays. You know about relay race, right? यहाँ पे एक end से दूसरे end आप भागते हो. You give this baton या एक वो एक कुछ एक object होता है, एक rod सी होती है. आप दूसरे अपने पार्टनर को देते हो एक ही टीम से. फिर वो आगे की रेस कवर करता है एंड फिर वो किसी और को वो बेटन देता है एंड दैट्स हाउ यू कंप्लीट द रेस, राइट? सो इट इज जस्ट अ रिले, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ अ ह्यूमन यहाँ पर आपके ये नोड्स होंगे एंड दीज नोड्स आर नथिंग बट सम कंप्यूटर डिवाइसेस और योर राउटर्स. सो यहाँ पे एक चेन होगा, एक के बाद एक के बाद एक, जस्ट लाइक अनियन के एक के बाद एक छिलके होते हैं उसके, नॉट छिलके बट हाँ प्याज ऐसा ही होता है. So you will be having these nodes in similar fashion, and this is called your entry node or your entry guard, and then this is your exit guard. Okay, and बीच वाली सारी आपकी mid relays कहलाती है, and that's how you go to your website. This is the only reason why Tor takes more time in giving you the search results, and this is the reason why Tor can be a little bit more secure because your IPs will be wrapped under, like just like an onion, your IP will be wrapped into another IP, then that IP will be again wrapped into another IP, and so on. This is your normal browsing, by the way, client to internet, and this is your main website. But in Tor, there will be this relay. Yeah, again, I can see someone has unmuted the mic. Questions for me? I believe.
Uh, Is it like an secure tunnel,
Yeah, it can be. You
Priyanka?
can. Yeah, Priyanka is here.
So
What you are saying?
the data is encapsulated in a secure tunnel.
That concept which you're talking about is of VPN. When you talk about a tunnel is different from onion routing. Tunnel is what we this tunneling concept is related to your virtual private network, your VPN. Because in the VPN, just see here, in VPN, what will happen? Your this communication, like from this client to your server, in VPN situation, guys, please note, I'm talking about VPN, and in this VPN, you will have this tunnel, and this is the encapsulation. I'm not writing the entire word because this is the laser one, but yeah, this will be your tunnel, and this will be encapsulating or this will be encrypting all the data so that no attacker can read what is going on between this tunnel, and this will make your system secure. Moreover, VPN will also provide you, when you are connecting to a VPN service, you will be given a new IP address, and that IP address will be representing you over this tunnel. This won't be the actual IP. This will, when you are talking about the tunnel, the entry point or the client, you will be given another IP with the VPN. Okay, so that is the concept of VPN. But when I'm talking about onion routing, it's not just you're having a tunnel, this is a relay. There is a difference between tunnel and relay. That's it. All right. I hope I answered your query, Priyanka. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, coming to the next point, dark web search engines. Okay. Till now we talked about how you can access the dark web. Now we are going to talk about what are the search engines which you can use, because since indexing is not there, then how are you going to look for some particular websites? Because we are the curious minds, right? अब हम में से हो सकता है किसी की इच्छा हो कि यार एक बार देखे तो सही ड्रग्स कहाँ पे या कैसे बिकते हैं. You can have this query, right? You can all be curious that how the arms dealing are going on. And remember once again, everything is okay when you're just watching it, viewing it, but if you are paying something, if you are engaging into that communication, then I cannot guarantee your safety, okay? So please be extra cautious when you are accessing the dark web. I have not given you any practical demonstration of how to get into dark web because that will take another class. Okay. So we are just talking about at the surface level. We are talking about dark web, but at the surface level. If you want that we should all have a in deeper section like class of it, then I would have to look and I would have to talk with seniors if it is okay, because doing this dark web stuff on plain internet, I think it can be a bit okay. Now you can all understand, okay, what I'm trying to talk about. So yeah, dark web search engines. You can have hidden wiki, Torch, Haystack, DuckDuckGo, and Candle. DuckDuckGo is again it's very popular. If you guys have heard related to privacy, you can go to DuckDuckGo, and these are the popular search engines. And I would also recommend, if you guys are really interested in dark web, you should watch John Heyman's video. I think okay, okay. Now I'm not able to. You can see this message. I'm not able to answer. There is some question, I guess. Manav, you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Ma'am, a previous few minutes we discussed about indexing, right?
Yeah.
And we discussed about crawlers, that how search engine crawlers visit, search the sites using robots.txt and sitemap.xml.
Mm-hmm.
And we also know that the domains in the dark web, they are registered as a .onion. And
Mm-hmm.
normally we don't have robots.txt file in that. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are making a dark web crawler, how does it index the websites?
So I think you can all go back and see. I talked about that in dark web and deep web there is no indexing.
स्लेव
Whose
मीन्स क्या
mic is
होता है?
on? किसका
नौकरी
mic on है?
स्लेवी
वही तो नौकरी होते हैं ना.
नौकरी है क्या? A rich man had a
Guys,
slave.
someone ये
हम्म.
The
okay. Guys, please do not mute me. I can take it as an offense, and I see forward. या फिर इंटर्नशिप में ही ना रहे, प्लीज डू नॉट म्यूट मी, डू नॉट मिस यूज। आई कैन सी आपको बहुत सारे परमिशंस मिले हुए हैं एक्स्ट्रा। अगली बार से ऐसा नहीं होगा। दिस वॉज द फर्स्ट सेशन विच वी वर प्लानिंग, तो या दोबारा मुझे कोई म्यूट करने की क्या सोचना मत, अंजाम बुरा हो सकता है, ठीक है। एंड या मानव, आई थिंक आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन। इफ नॉट, लेट मी जस्ट रिफ्रेज इट। डार्क वेब के अंदर, डीप वेब के अंदर इंडेक्सिंग नहीं करी जाती है, दैट इज द होल पॉइंट। अगर इंडेक्सिंग करी जाती तो क्रॉलर्स वहाँ पे अलग से बनाने पड़ते, एंड क्रॉलर्स बनाते तो वो कुछ डेटा सेव करते। डेटा सेव करने के लिए ट्रैकिंग और डेटा कहाँ से आ रहा है जा रहा है सब पता करना पड़ता। सो दैट्स द होल पॉइंट। डार्क वेब एंड डीप वेब, दे आर नॉट हैविंग एनी पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्सिंग। देन देयर इज अनदर क्वेश्चन कि फिर हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू लुक फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट। अगेन, यहाँ पर what happens is whenever there is this website, let's say, let's just name some website. My screen is visible, right? So let's just go ahead and make this website on dark web. Okay, I've created this website malware for fun.onion. Okay, now whenever there is a website on dark web, then whenever there is this onion routing involved, the extension will be .onion instead of what you generally see .com or .in or .org, something like that. So how you are going to find this particular website? You will be finding these particular websites on some other websites. There is a relay again. There will be a relay. There will be something related to, like, they will call um, hacker for hire, or you can have some pages like malware dominance. You can imagine all the cool or the creepy looking usernames which generally attackers love to have. So you can call these can be other websites, hacker for hire, malware dominant, something like that. And these websites will be having the
Yeah,
link to
ma'am.
your
These are the
original website.
highlights.
Sorry?
These are the highlights when we are browsing the hidden wiki.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
top best visited websites.
Yes. So you have had your experience with the dark web, I assume.
Yeah,
Is
ma'am.
that
I was
true?
actually designing a dark web crawler, so
Mm-hmm.
I had the doubt about indexing because we can make a dark web crawler using Python and using some other protocols. So
Mm-hmm.
I had some experience in that. That's why the question.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And guys, you can always have one Manav. Manav, in which batch you are right now? Batch 5 or 1?
Five,
5. Okay.
batch five.
Yeah, so guys, please, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so you can connect with Manav, and preferably don't DM him. You can just have a healthy group discussion, and you can further discuss about dark web or his experiences. Okay. So yeah, I hope Manav will be okay with it.
Sure, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, just happy conversations. Great. And don't do this illegal stuff and put my name on it. हाँ, ऐसा मत बोल देना लेडी मैम ने सिखाया था, because I have not taught you anything practically right now. ठीक है? So please, at your own risk. Yeah, and I was also talking about this particular thing. If you're very interested into dark web, just watch this documentary. This is by John Heyman. Let me put this thing: dark web documentary by John Heyman. Who all are familiar with John Heyman? Could you just raise your hand? John Heyman. I'm writing the name. Yeah, yeah. 4 people have raised. Okay, cool. By the way, if I have to just tell you who he is, so let me just Google him out. John Heyman. And he is not an actor. You just have to security. Just give this word security. And yeah, you can see his glasses coming. And there you go. Images. He's your guy, John Heyman. All right. You can have his videos, John Heyman web. Is there any question? Who has raised the hand? Deepak. Any question, Deepak? Okay, no questions. Thank you. So this is I have also put. I have put it in this document. You can check it out. I'll try to give these random whatever pieces of keywords I have written over here. I'll share these document with you along with this note. I call it doodles, or you can call it the conceptual map, whatever you feel like. The drawings. All right. Now
Man,
after
if we want to also explore dark web, we can also follow David Bombal and Network Chuck. They
exactly.
also regularly put some updates.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the pitch in, Manav. Much appreciated. And now I would like your attention towards OSINT back again. Now we won't be talking about dark web, deep web. Let's limit that discussion to maybe next class, or let's limit that to the conversation in groups which we will be having with maybe Manav or maybe me in in next few days. So now let's come to the point where we will be discussing OSINT only. So I've given this, I've just made this typical diagram. You can see when we are talking about OSINT, I gave you this example of assets targeting an asset or a person. So now in this OSINT tree, you can find that you can have open source intelligence. Basically, what I'm going to talk about right now are the tools. If you want to know, if you want to gather some information about a website, what tools can you what tools you can have, what tools you should be using if you want to do a website information gathering. If you want to know something about images, what tools can you use? If you want to do an OSINT about email, like if you want to maybe just want to enumerate more and more emails, what are the tools? If you want to go for people, you want to search for their usernames or passwords, what you can do. Social media, wireless and IoT devices, business related OSINT. So these I have mapped out for you. Very first, if I would like, I see there are some messages by Prashant sir. Okay, I think there is some confusion. Okay, excuse me for being distracted for a while. All right, let's pick one out, image and email for this session. And for the web application, I will schedule another meeting. If you guys are okay, or if you guys want another session, we'll split this OSINT section into two because already 1 hour has passed and I know many of you would be having your dinners. So, yeah, let's pick two out of these and we will be focusing on the rest at OSINT session 2.0. Will that be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you, Manav. Okay, so quick question again. I will be displaying some images in front of your screen and you would have to find out the location of that image. Okay, up for this challenge? मैं आपके सामने कुछ इमेजेस दिखाऊंगी एंड कुछ नहीं, पहले एक ही इमेज दिखाऊंगी आपको, सिर्फ उस जगह का लोकेशन मुझे बताना है। और स्पेसिफिकली बोलूँ तो कुछ कंट्री। ओके, यू कैन जस्ट गिव मी द नेम ऑफ दैट कंट्री। सो लेट मी जस्ट डिस्प्ले सम इमेजेस नाउ। I hope my screen is not visible or else you will know. Yeah, my screen is not visible. Thank you. Someone is saying something? Hmm. Okay, I have prepared the image for you. Okay, my screen is visible again, I hope. And here is the image. I'll be displaying this image for like 60 seconds, or like let's give you 2 minutes. It's 8:14 right now. Let's have these answers by 8:16. Just tell me in which country, or to be very precise, in which city this thing is, whatever is displayed on your screen.
Milan, Italy.
Sorry?
Italy, Milan.
Sure. Oh, great. Very quick. You already knew this? Or you did some search?
I just use Google Lens.
Alright, great answer. What did she use? Did anyone hear that? What was that she used?
Google Lens.
Google Lens. Yeah. So whenever now okay, why I did this activity? Let me explain. See, images are sorry, images are a very important fact because images are a source of lots and lots of information. And I don't know if you guys are active CTF players. If you guys know about what is CTF, that is great. If not, I'll have to teach you guys what CTF is. CTF is like capture the flag. And if you guys play capture the flag, you would be familiar with this thing called geolocating images, or I should be saying that there are some challenges where some images are given to you and you would have to find the, let's say, maybe the location as I gave you in this challenge, or maybe you would have to find some specific things, very specific things, because images are a great source of information. Let me show you a demonstration. I'll also open a file for you, and this is basically an image captured on some camera. Let me give you a practical demonstration of it. We are talking about image OSINT, by the way. And why I was bringing this CTF topic was because if you play CTF or you're familiar with Try Hack Me platforms, then you would be able to. Okay, I see my screen is not visible. Let me share my screen. Yeah, see here. So I have written, if you guys are not familiar with CTF, I'll explain that. The full form is Capture the Flag. It is like a treasure hunt where you would be solving some questions or challenges, and then you will be given some flag. Okay, this flag you can treat this flag as a clue or something, or some answers. You will be solving some riddles. Like in a treasure hunt, what you do? You solve some riddles, some clues are given to you, and you finally get the main treasure. In Capture the Flag, it is the same gamification, and instead of just clues, you will be having you would be made to solve some challenges. They could be related to web application. They could be related to digital forensics or cryptography or steganography or OSINT. So if you guys are familiar with Try Hack Me, there are several rooms, and since my screen is visible, I'll also go ahead and show you what the rooms are, and you can go ahead and practice tonight. Let me just show you the very first room. This is geolocating images. Please make an account on Try Hack Me because this is really cool stuff. You can download the files and you can play around. This is about how you can geolocate images. You will be given some images and you would have to find the exact location of it. This is again something which you will come across when you are investigating about some particular case, or you would be investigating about some of the other assets or attacks. This is important, though for the beginners, or in the beginning, you may feel like, what are we doing? Is it really making some sense with our career? But just please sit back because this habit of how quickly you can find the location of a place, or how easily you can look for clues in an image, or the hidden information in that image, they all will come in handy whenever you are working for either part of the security, be it offensive or defensive. So yeah, let me show some images. Probably this is not the one. You can download the task files from here. You will be displayed with some images, and you would have to solve these challenges. So this is, I'm introducing try hack me for you. Otherwise, there is one more thing. Let me, I think it's search, what was that, M, yeah, searchlight. This is another room, and I know these links won't be available in the MS Teams chat. So what I'll do is I'll put these links in the WhatsApp group. Just one of you can ping me. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So one of you can ping me on WhatsApp, and we can have a further discussion over that. And I'll share you these links. Okay. So yeah. So let's grab one more file. Probably would have seen this answer, but yeah. Let's open this file called task 2 from my downloads. See, so this was again an image, and you would had to answer this particular question, though it's already in clear text. Carnaby Street, and the question asked was name the street. This was a very basic challenge, very basic question. See, what is the name of the street where this image was taken? This was Carnaby Street, but there are, see, 9 challenges more. You can download these files and you can challenge yourself if you are a good investigator, if you are a good image investigator, or you can call it yourself a good geolocator. So this was about geolocating images, but images, as I said, they contain lots and lots of information. And let me bring this content back, because there were, in the beginning of the session, we had a discussion about what is metadata, right? So now we will be talking something related to that. Yeah, guys, if you can see this image, this looks like a plain image, right? This one, just a plain, some cars are there. Now if I challenge you that go ahead and try to locate this one, tell me the country where this image was taken, would you be able to do it? Would you like to try to do
It
it?
could be with the street name, possibly.
Sorry, your voice is not very clear, I could not understand.
Ma'am, by zooming
It could be
zooming in on the
the
car's number plate.
it could be
Okay.
the street name, which could be possibly on the end of the lane.
Okay, let me zoom this one for you. So I zoomed in this image. Oh, sorry. This is very tacky. I cannot scroll it. Okay, now I can scroll it. So I have zoomed in this image. Anyway, any clue you find that you can find the location where
By
this image
using
is?
number plate, we can.
Okay.
By using number plate, car number plate.
Okay, but I don't think it is visible. Though it's a very good catch, you can focus on the car number plate, and even if the car number plate is not very clear, it's blurred out, but you can see there is a pattern on the number plate, the blue stripes. You can Google it for that. Can you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now, I won't be throwing you off into a rabbit hole, because this task is not about finding where this image was taken. I'm just trying to bring your attention towards the key details. Whenever there is an image in front of you, try to look for the details. Whoever got his attention over this car's number plate, 100 points for you. Good observation. And there, Priyanka was also there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, for the street name image, I don't think there is anything. There are just spots here. and the sky, and let me go to the extreme corners. Maybe there would be something written on the what do we call it, entrance or the
Walls
doors.
or a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, on the walls, exactly. But
Or the door numbers with
okay,
some information.
yeah. So there is something here. There is this thing I can observe it, but now everything is getting pixelated if I zoom in even further. All right. So good work, guys. You were with your investigator's cap on, and you were good there. Okay, but now what this challenge was about?
Ma'am,
Let
you are
me.
using Kali Linux, right?
Yes, it is Kali Linux.
And you have the image downloaded, so we can extract the EXIF data. We can get the
Exactly.
coordinates from that.
Exactly. Perfect. I was going to do the same. Now let me break it down for others who are beginners who had got what I was about to do. What I'm going to do is I will use this exif command. You can either use this exif command, which is I'm using Kali Linux. If you guys are not familiar with Kali Linux, it is fine. You can download this tool called exif tool. All right. And you can check the GitHub pages, or you can simply go to the documentation. You can find this tool. It is quite easy. You can use some online resources as well. But recently, I found that there is not a good one. Earlier, it was Jeffrey's Images, but now I think that site got shut off. So, yeah, exif tool is right now a command line tool which I'll be using. And what I'll do is I'll just open that image here. And now what you are having on your screen is the metadata. Now, again, when I'm talking about images, it is not just what you are seeing on the front and the image, it can be also your EXIF data or the metadata. The example which I took in the beginning of the session, the metadata. I don't know who gave this metadata as a response to indexing, but yeah, now we are coming to that metadata part. So, cheers. So, see, there are some details of this image displayed on your screen, and there is this interesting thing called, let me scroll it further. Anything interesting you found till now, you can see here these are your GPS latitudes and longitudes. And this can give you the
Yes,
precise
ma'am. We got the exact
location.
coordinates of the street.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this will give you the exact coordinates of that street. It will give you, and now when you're knowing the coordinates of the street, it is pretty easy to zoom in and zoom out the Google map, and you will be able to know that where this image was taken. You would be able to name the street, or you would be able to name the country. You would be able to name the exact city or the locality or whatnot. So, again, this was EXIF data, and let me mind you, this location coordinates, this is not mandatory for every image. It is not necessary that every image will be having these coordinates. ठीक है, हर image के ऊपर नहीं मिलेंगे. There can be some cases जहाँ पर ये हटा दिया गया होगा. There can be some cases where this information will be stripped off. And when we are talking about stripping of this longitude and longitudes that are your GPS location, there is also a web application vulnerability. I'm not teaching you that, I'm just giving you this name so that you can keep it in mind that it is this vulnerability named geolocation metadata not stripped. And if you can just copy this one and check with HackerOne. You can just Google everything, whatever I'm writing here, HackerOne reports. You can see that this will boil down to your web application vulnerability. Just type HackerOne report and boom, you can find HackerOne reports here and see this person got a bounty of $500, and you can see weaknesses, information disclosure, excessive information was visible, and this person has given a short summary and all. When uploading a JPEG image on GitLab, the EXIF metadata is not removed. So this geolocation thing which is present on your images, actually you can always enable it or disable it on your phone. You have a setting in which you can pin your location coordinates with that image, and you can also disable it at the same time. So by chance it is enabled by default. Geo coordinates आपकी image में आ रही हैं and you have uploaded it somewhere, तो पहले तो ये हट जाने चाहिए because anyone would be able to pinpoint your location and this is a threat. Okay, threat to the person. I'm not going to show you more reports. I'm giving you as a homework. You can check it out for more. So this was what the main topic was, how you are going to use image as a part of information gathering, or how you are going to take out more and more information from just plain image. So one task we did that was related to a simple reverse image scan, or you can call it simple. You just used Google Lens. Apart from Google Lens, what you can use Yandex. You can just go ahead and search yandex.com, and this will give you this option. And not even Yandex, you can use Google, you can use Bing, whatever you feel like. Just click the image here, just click over here, select the file. I'll be selecting the task 2 file, and let's open this one here. And though Yandex is from Russian, because that's the reason you're having this Russian written over here, but that's not the major point. But yeah, you can see this image being displayed. You can see the similar images. You can search these and you will be able to locate that as well. So this is reverse image search using Yandex. You have Google Lens, you have Google reverse image search, and apart from all these things, you can also do the EXIF data extraction if it is available. Let me give you this if this data is available, you can certainly look out for it, and again you will be able to get some more details. All right, let me give you a quick recap of what we did for images. So it was reverse image search, geolocation of images, EXIF data for your image related open source intelligence. Now for the challenging part, how you are going to challenge yourself. These two will be your tasks. I hope you would be happy to do it. And these are completely free. All you need to do is create an account on TryHackMe. Now coming to emails. I'll wrap this session in like 5 to 10 minutes. Let me just go ahead and show you a quick tool which I've been using, that is phonebook.cz. Now just imagine you want to, I give you a task. Okay, I'm giving you a task. Don't imagine, I'm giving you a task. Just give me the, this is the second challenge I'm giving you. Give me the email address of the computer science HOD of, alright, this is the task. Can you give me this email address? Your time starts now. It's 8:32. We'll come back in exactly 2 to 3 minutes. Just give me the email address of the HOD of computer science, and I've also given you the name of the college. Can you do that? If yes, please start working. Manav, do you have a question?
No, ma'am, not a question. I was actually wanted to say about the EXIF tool. Means for Windows we have EXIF Pilot and EXIF tool with GUI versions if we are not
Okay.
using Linux.
Okay, thank you so much for the extra input. I've not been using Windows for EXIF, but yeah, that was certainly helpful. Thank you so much for pitching in for all the extra details. So, for the
Is it
question,
Ma'am?
hod.csp@gitjaipur.com?
all right, give me a high five. That was
Yeah, I
right.
was saying that.
All right, great. Now, guys, please see here. I have this again. I have watching a timeline. This meeting is a limit of 15 minutes, so I would have to wrap up. All right. So we were discussing about email. Those who were able to get the email address, what was that email address? Would you help me write that down? What was that, Suhan?
hod.csc at
Yes.
the rate getchapo.com. CSE.
Is it okay?
Uh, wait. It's loading. Still. Japo.com.
Okay, now is it okay?
Dot, yeah, .com.
Yeah.
That's it.
Again, very basic challenge. Who were all able to get this email ID? Please raise your hand. Oh my God, many people. I think it was a pretty easy question. Next time I'll give you a hard one. You guys are very, very sound in this. Good. I'm happy. Okay. So how did you do it? Anyone would you like to unmute and say what tool did you use?
Uh,
Or just simple
Basically, I
Google?
used Google
Just Google.
the college name, and then uh, I directed to that computer science department, went to the
Mm-hmm.
faculty page, then got to the head of the department.
Okay, so simple Googling. I guess everybody did the same? Yes?
Ma'am, indexing came into the picture.
Okay, indexing. All right, now let me give you a quick tool. And with that, there won't be any specific search required. What you can do is simply enter the domain, and this will give you all the details now. Where this is, this will give you all the details of the email. So let me share my screen again, and you can have it back. Yeah, so we were talking about this email address. I asked you a question, and please give yourself a huge round of applause if you have given this answer. And yeah, coming to the tool, this is phonebook.cz. You can, I'm putting this link in the, like in this chat as well, in this text document as well. And this phone book lists, okay. Now what you can do is, I have see I am currently logged in. You would have to create your account and just search for this domain which I gave you. This is nothing but my college domain. I'll just click on submit and just give it a shot and see all the email addresses with this domain are listed on your screen. So here you can filter out not just HOD of CSE. You can find, see, this is the HOD CSE at the rate gitjaipur.com. You can find some specific people like Sohan Gupta at the rate gitjaipur.com. You can find Sohan Gupta, GIT Jaipur. Okay, GIT Jaipur. Let's find. And I can find his LinkedIn account and see, I have also found this image and I'm familiar with this image because he has been my tutor. So yeah, his image is also clearly listed on the, you can say it is indexed, right? So yeah, here you can also check out his research paper. You can check for this person. If I was about to attack this person, you can see how easily I got so much information. Though again, this is something which you got very quickly. This is the director's email address and everything. You can it's not just GIT, you can check for other domains as well. But since we are running short of time and I have to complete this email OSINT for you guys, so this is tool number one, phonebook.cz, which will give you the email addresses related to all the domain which you have submitted. Okay. Now there is one thing. Let me go ahead and search for Tesla. Tesla. I think Tesla domain is something like, let me search it. Tesla.com. Not that tricky, I'll just remove these extra things and click on submit. Okay, I'm not, okay, now I got these email addresses again. Now see, there is one funny thing. There is this Elon-Musk at the rate Tesla.com. Then there is Elon at the rate Tesla.com. ELAON Tesla.com. There are now, what I can see is that with the name Elon Musk, we all know who Elon Musk is. And please excuse me if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly. But what I want to focus on is that you can see there are multiple email addresses for this person. Now, how you are going to confirm if this email address is correct or not? I'll be teaching you some more tools for that. And for that, what you can go for, there are some tools like you can always go ahead and check this notes for this was email OSINT. We talked about phonebook.cz. Now, for validating the email addresses, you can go with Email Hippo. I think it's a paid service, and I don't think I'm telling you it's a paid service. And this is Email Checker. You can validate your email addresses on both of these websites, but please be informed that these um, email addresses, yeah. So these email addresses will be, sorry, these websites, these tools will be giving you some, let's say 50 searches for free or something like that. So you can use these tools as well to validate if it is a correct email address or not. Let me go to email checker. This is the link. I'll copy this one and we'll put it in the text. And here you can just copy any name. Okay, elon@tesla.com. Let me paste it here and let me click on check. And it says this email address is valid. Let me put some more email addresses and let's see if it is right or wrong, or if it is correct or not. Elon-Musk, and see the result is bad. This mailbox does not exist. So you can check this email checker, and I believe that this is not this site did not ask me for a login. Maybe I was so apologies. Maybe this is not the paid version. This is the free version. So you can use this one. Please excuse me for that. I just okay. I think it was Voila Norbit, which is again a premium version, which will give you some 50 or I think it's 50 or 60 searches for free, and then you would have to give the subscription. Because of paucity of time, shortage of time, I'm just you can have a screenshot. I will write all these name of the tools in the notes which I was keeping since the beginning of this meeting, and you can check these on your own. I don't know when the meeting will end. So it may end again abruptly. So these three I have covered so far. If you want to check for contact pages, if you want to check, okay, how you are going to get these email addresses or how you are going to get these domains, you can also check for contact us page, not contacts page or contact us page. They all have email addresses as well. So you can enumerate email addresses on your contacts pages as well. This is not a tool, this is just a simple note that you should be checking contacts pages as well. Then there is this tool called hunter.io. Voila Norbert, sorry, I will be excluding this one for the demo. You can have this noted on your notes and you can again come back later and search for this, how it is working. I'll also be telling you about this Clearbit extension. This is actually a pretty good thing. So for that, let me go to my Chrome browser. And I will go to my mail inbox, and not even mail. You can just see I have added this extension Clearbit. So let me go here, and this is this Clearbit extension. This will open up. You can just check it out. Or this is this icon. You can, if you can see this small icon here, this one. This is the icon of Clearbit. I have added this extension. You can simply Google it. Clearbit extension Chrome, and you would be able to add this on your Chrome browser. Please also look for if this is available on Firefox as well as Brave. But right now, I know this is pretty rushed, but yeah. For Clearbit, let me give you a quick demonstration. Clearbit, this is the extension which you can again use for email address enumeration. You can click on here, find the email address, like you can find in any email address. The recent search I did was about tesla.com. You can specify any role, like maybe I want to target a person from finance department. I can also select someone from the seniority. Maybe let's select some director. You can either specify name or you can just scroll. You can see the profile of many people here. Senior Director Finance Operations. Let's click here. And this will charge you 1 credit, but then you will be able to get the email ID of this person. Again, for email enumeration, a great tool, that is your Clearbit. I'm not going to spend my 1 credit. If you guys are interested, I would encourage you that you can have this Clearbit extension and you can use it for your OSINT, and in OSINT, specifically email OSINT searches. And let me see if we are having time. Okay, Jen, Abhinash, you guys have raised your hands. Questions? Abhinash, any question? Okay, no questions. All right. So, okay, so I guess we can take one more. Clearbit done. Let's go to hunter.io. These are all related to emails, okay? We are just doing the email OSINT part right now. So let's go to hunter.io. You would have to log in, make an account. I've already made it, but I think I have forgotten the password. I don't know. Okay, so really sorry, but I think this will consume the time. So maybe next time we can take this example. I would have to log in back into it. Maybe let me go to Voila, Norbert, if that has my account details. See, I was telling you na 50 leads for free. So yeah, you can look for the email address. Like in the last one, I searched for this email address. You can just mention the name, first name and the last name, or you can give the domain. It will find you the email address. I have done one search out of 50. This is app.voilanorbert.com. Again, I'll be copy pasting this link in your notes so that you can have it for your perusal. And about hunter.com, I'm sorry, I'll see if I can log in somehow, or we can spare the leftover time for some questions. Any questions for me? I know, मुझे पता है लास्ट का सेशन थोड़ा सा जल्दबाजी में हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ द टाइम. मेरे पास लगातार मैसेजेस आने लग गए लाइक वी आर रनिंग शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम. So apologies for that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm open to questions. Did you like the session? Okay, I think you won't be able to chat with me.
Ma'am, I have Hunter running. If you want, I can share the screen.
Yeah, that would be great, but uh, guys, you don't have any questions, right? So we can have Manav share his screen with me, with everyone. Gaurav Singh has. Thank you for the video, Gaurav. Hi. Yeah,
Is the screen visible, ma'am?
yeah, the screen is visible.
Ma'am, just for an example, I was already logged in, so I just searched on the Tesla Motors page for the
Okay,
domain. Just a simple
okay.
example how Hunter
Mhm.
works and how it helps us.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking charge. Now, guys, please pay attention because he is showing the demonstration on hunter.io, which I was trying, but I had gotten the credentials and I also wanted to save time. So, yeah, thank you, Manav. So he has searched he has searched for